When we set out to Big Bend, we still weren't 100% sure if we were going to Mexico, but had the mindset that we would go if given the opportunity. After finding out that there was a crossing into Mexico within the national park, the opportunity was too exciting to pass up. So finally we carved out time to set foot in the land of our southern neighbor. Neither Katie nor myself had the chance to go to Mexico before, so this will be a new country for the both of us. But first, we had to refuel because the crossing was on the other side of the park.
6 cars.
Yep, probably 6 cars. And there is a gas station inside the park, but no telling how much that is. Probably like $5 a gallon. This is gonna be expensive too. As we drive to Mexico, we would really appreciate it if you subscribe to stay up to date with our adventures. This is the Rio Grande overlook, and we're going to Boquillas Crossing, but this is right along the way. So we're gonna look over the Rio Grande to Mexico. We saw one of those yesterday. Where's the Rio Grande at? Can you see it?
No,
Is it dried up?
it wasn't 2 days ago.
No Rio Grande. That's
On the Rio Grande overlook. And they said, okay, over to the right in the very green area, that is where the Rio Grande is. But no, we cannot visually see it.
Before crossing, we headed over to the visitor center, where we met a park ranger, and they were super helpful in giving us information on what we should expect. The crossing starts by entering the Boquillas port of entry, where you show your passport and receive a quick briefing. Looks like the little town is over there.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see it with the red
Yeah,
and blue
all the colors.
building.
You are informed that crossing the river will be $5 each person, and you will pay that at the river. And that if you do not come back before the office closes, you will be left in Mexico to spend the night. So after we left the office, we headed down the river into Mexico. So we're walking down to the river. We're gonna catch a ferry. That guy's gonna be rowing us across. And from there, we're gonna walk up into the town.
The national park on the Mexican side was kind of created for just economic progress. In the 1930s, they noticed, I mean, both sides were struggling because of the Depression, so the park was there to aid.
It took no time at all to cross the river, where we were greeted by a super awesome guide named Carlos, who offered us donkeys to take up to the town for $10 each, which ended up being the best decision ever. What's your donkey's name, Katie?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. What's this one's name?
This is Pardo.
Pardo?
Yeah.
Pardo. Hey, Pardo. Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, north part. Near Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah.
First time I feel Boquillas.
Yeah.
You like donkeys?
Yeah. Donkeys are cute.
Yeah. Cuando dices agarramos tourists, I like más donkeys que horses. I like tourists, I like más donkeys.
I like my donkey.
Never.
I've never done that before.
Okay, come here, man. Follow me.
Typically, when you arrive in the town of Boquillas, you're supposed to register with Mexican immigration for a light fee of $3. But since it wasn't open, we were told that we didn't have to do anything. So we headed out to eat at the Falcon, which offered an incredible view of the Rio Grande.
We are at Jose Falcon restaurant in Mexico, Boquillas, Mexico, and it is nice.
Thank you. How's your Fanta? Does it hit different?
Yes,
That
it
real
does.
sugar?
It's like this glass bottle. It's all curvy and thick.
And I got the Coca-Cola.
I got pork tamales with rice and beans, sauce on the side.
And I got some tacos, asada tacos.
These are small tacos.
They're street tacos. That's what they're supposed to be, this size. I would rate that a 7 out of 10. What would you rate it?
6 out of 10. But the environment, 9 out of 10.
The environment is what really makes it.
Yeah, they had photo opportunities, just interesting artistic flooring, and good service.
After lunch, we walked down the main street of Boquillas, where vendors have their beautiful craftsmanship for sale. And of course, you gotta buy a few. So what did you think of Boquillas?
I thought it was very quaint and just a little taste of Mexico. And I thought it was just a fun little experience.
Yeah, even though it was such a small taste of Mexico, and this is not a very good representation, but it's still Mexico, and it's a really, I think it's an insightful look of, you know, a border town in Mexico and some of the tourism that they have here, and this is their economy. And as I was talking to our guide who took us up on the donkeys, you know, they were closed for 2 years, so that had a big effect on them because of COVID. So, you know, now that it's back opened up and a lot of people are here, it's, you know, it's getting a little bit more hopeful for them over here.
And it definitely is booming right now. We talked to a park guide from Big Bend. They said yesterday there was 300 tourists that went across the border to visit.
So yeah, this was just a short stay over here, but we enjoyed our time over here. So after a short but memorable time in Boquillas, we headed back to our donkeys that awaited to take back the gringos. Hey. I'm on a new donkey now.
Pardo.
Pardo.
Martinez.
Martinez. Let's go, Martinez. Oh, Martinez is jogging. Martinez is going. He's booking it. Man, we're going to catch up in no time. Little did we know that these donkeys were some turbo donkeys who were a little too eager, and we ended up having a donkey race. Leaving the town of Boquillas. Bye! Leaving Katie in the dust. After passing up another group and inspiring a few more tourists, the race was truly on. But in the end, Martinez couldn't keep it up, and Katie ended up taking the prize. All throughout Big Bend, you see remains of settler activity from times past. But just across the river in Mexico, there's a surviving town whose relationship to the park and region goes back to when mining ruled these parts. Even though Boquillas is not a place that calls the distant traveler, it is a place that should call every visitor from Big Bend who has an appreciation of the past.